How the hell are you supporting Donald Trump at this point? At this point. I'm talking about. I'm talking 4 counts. I'm talking about 4 charges, 91 counts. I mean, people are talking about you could be in prison, running the country from prison for crying out loud. Do I think that's gonna happen? Of course, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'm just saying, how at this point could you possibly support Donald Trump?
First of all, I'll tell you right now, between him and Joe Biden, this isn't even a question. Joe Biden sucks. He's terrible at facts. And we do have to acknowledge that before COVID-19, despite all the circus and the phony investigations, the Russia collusion thing was phony. That's now come out to be proven. Despite all of the distractions in the circus, he actually did the job as president of the United States. Every demographic group was doing well under Donald Trump. Literally. Every demographic group was doing well. Our border was secure. There were no foreign wars that anybody was talking about that we were entangled in. Our country was booming. Energy prices were low. We were energy independent, something that every politician had said that they wanted to do. Donald Trump actually was able to make all that stuff happen. Now let's look at the actual charges. Do you mean to tell me that because a president of the United States had classified documents, who, by the way, former presidents still have their security clearance, they still get the daily presidential briefing, that now somehow this is a threat to national security? That is a joke. Especially considering the fact.
That's the craziest part about it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Serves their agenda.
How can they say
I like this guy?
It was against the law. Yeah, this is my first time.
He might be the VP.
Byron Donalds. Hold on.
Y'all didn't know that?
You want to come on the Cartier Family?
Is he a VP
remember his name.
He might end up being the VP or Vivek.
You seen Byron before?
Yeah.
I've seen him
I think
before.
Vivek's gonna be on the cabinet.
Everybody think he's the highest person that's probably going to be.
I'd like to see him be VP based on what I've seen right now.
Byron Donalds.
I think he's a well-spoken guy.
He look like Aaron Donald, brother.
They say it's between him.
Bro. Don't he look like he's on the line, bro?
Yeah.
I think he played football.
They say it's between him, Vivek, and Tim Scott.
Hold on, brother. If he VP potential.
Played.
Oh, he did play.
I feel like he did.
Is it messed up? I prefer him over Tim Scott.
Ain't no brother.
No, it's not. I like listening to him talk more than
In high school?
I know. Okay, yeah, high school. I'm saying college, NFL.
No, not
I enjoy listening to him speak more than Tim.
I like this dude.
No disrespect to Tim. I like Tim as well.
I like him and my boy from Texas. What's his name?
I like. Oh yeah, Wesley.
Yeah,
Wesley Hunt.
I like Wesley
Hunt.
We need to get all the black. We need to go to a black conservative event.
I would love to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I would actually love that.
Make you feel better.
When we walked in, everybody start
put on that suit.
Baby, you're not tripping. They tripping. I was like, thank you.
Who, by the way, former presidents still have their security clearance. They still get the daily presidential briefing. That now somehow this is a threat to national security. That is a joke, especially considering the fact that the only way the National Archives could even bring this charge, or excuse me, the FBI and the Department of Justice could bring this charge, is that the White House counsel, who works for Joe Biden, had to allow it. That's one. Two, what's going on in Georgia, I'm sorry, flat out wrong. And every candidate who runs is allowed to challenge election results. Every candidate. It's not some RICO charge. That's insane to me. And then when you take the other two charges, the one in New York, that one is just really, really stupid. And then the last one, this January 6th one.
Okay.
They have no, hold on, this is important, Stephen. I want to lay this out.
Please, go ahead.
They have nothing that proves that Donald Trump encouraged, organized, structured anything that happened with January 6th. This is weaponization of the Justice Department against a political rival. And it's flat out wrong. And here's my example for that. One of my colleagues, Steve Scalise, who was shot at the congressional baseball practice. The shooter said in his manifesto, the reason he went to shoot up the Republican baseball practice is because Bernie Sanders was saying that the Republicans wanted to take away health care, and he felt it was wrong. Are we bringing Bernie Sanders up on charges because Bernie Sanders was using his political speech and it led wrongfully for some knucklehead to come almost kill Steve Scalise? No, we don't do that. That's not the standard of justice. So just because they're using justice,
Look at Stephen.
He scratched his face. He said, damn.
His brother kind of sounds.
He's like, he got to make some points here.
You can't argue what he's saying.
You can't argue what he's saying at all.
He's saying it well. He's saying it. He's laying it out for you. It's like he's showing the double standard. He's just like laying it out there.
Do I want to be on the delusional stupid side? Or do I want to sound like this brother when someone asks me about politics? Simple as that.
The shooter said in his manifesto, The reason he went to shoot up the Republican baseball practice is because Bernie Sanders was saying that the Republicans want to take away health care, and he felt it was wrong. Are we bringing Bernie Sanders up on charges because Bernie Sanders was using his political speech and it led wrongfully for some knucklehead to come almost kill Steve Scalise? No, we don't do that. That's not the standard of justice. So just because they're using the justice system in a weaponized fashion doesn't take away Donald Trump's liberty to run for office or to be supportive of
Okay,
for
well,
office.
let me come back at you. This is just my personal opinion, my humble opinion. Sure. Nothing compared to you in terms of the knowledge, because you do this for a living. Let me say this to you. Number one, I think the charges in New York are bogus. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, waste of government. No argument there. No argument there. Georgia, there, they got him on tape with those 11,700 votes he was seeking. Yeah, but I get it. I understand you. Now, the files at Mar-a-Lago, you had no business removing them from the White House. You saw the interview that he did with Brett Baer for Fox News, which I thought was epic. Okay, talking about you had shoes and socks and whatever the hell else he is in those boxes. Clearly that wasn't the case. There was files in there. And more importantly, all you had to do was give the Department of Justice what they were asking for. You know, remember, they came to him and asked him for it, and he had refused to give it back. According to the report, you would know more than me. I'm certainly only going by what I'm reading, okay? So so to me, that's problematic, because if there's anything that's potentially endangering national or jeopardizing national security, they shouldn't be in your bathroom or your bedroom at your spot at Mar-a-Lago. It should be contained. It should be in a secure location, because lives, potential lives, are at stake. Now let's get to the insurrection.
Hold on. I want to hear this next part. Let him out.
I would like to figure out what time talking about that. They immigrants got credit cards. What that mean, though?
Man, he talking about national security, and they got immigrants having credit cards that's not even in.
They said through 2025, New York will spend $15 billion accommodating immigrants. $15 billion. $5 billion to build a border wall, but $15 billion is too much. But $15 billion to accommodate illegals and let them live in our country for free on our tax dollars is not
Imagine
too much.
that money went to education, security.
Hold on, though.
I'm finna mess you up. The
Businesses.
immigrants, you know how they protested?
What they
They
got
passed
to
the
do?
bill.
Was Trump right for the documents at Mar-a-Lago?
Because they trying to. I know, but I'm just saying they saying a national security threat.
Because he's saying,
security threat.
he's pointing out
I
the
see what he's
standard
trying to
of
say,
y'all will
but-
say what Trump did is national security threat, but not say what the illegals are doing is national security
The
threat.
illegals being
We
here
know
at
that's
all is a national
everybody
security
and
threat.
their mother and their grandmother knows that that's a national security
But
threat.
they don't really. They'll
got-
cry about this being
But I know
national
though.
security, but
I know
not
though.
that. Is what
But
it's.
also, I feel like if you're in Trump's shoes, and I don't know if these people were against Trump or not. Like a lot of people were though. Would you give your document, some documents up? Yes. I mean, maybe if they was asking.
Well,
for it, I
Hillary
get
burnt
trouble.
documents.
But like, I know.
She destroyed her phone.
She destroyed
That's
a
the
laptop.
worst thing you could ever
She
do.
destroyed a
She-
laptop and a
But
computer.
If I know, like, these
with
people don't
emails.
like me, the government, Richmond don't like me. I'm not gonna give up the documents. I'm gonna say, man, F y'all. I'm keeping my documents.
Yeah.
So that's why
It's the principle. But I want to see, because he already called it an insurrection.
Spot at Mar-a-Lago. It should be contained. It should be in a secure location, because potential lives, are at stake. Now let's get to the insurrection. I'm going to shock you here.
You
I
gonna shock
do
him?
think he incited. I do think he was irresponsible. I do not believe it was criminal. I do not believe that. I think it
surprising
was
answer for
highly inappropriate and wrong. There's no excuse for him to be, when they were trying to certify the election, there was no excuse for him to go out there and rally and tell them, we're going to go up to the U.S. Capitol. We've got to stop this, and, supporting people screaming about hang Mike Pence, because you wanted to get him not to verify or certify the votes, to make sure the transition of power took place peacefully, the peaceful transition of power. I do believe it was an irresponsible thing for him to do. But I don't believe it's criminal. The criminals are the ones that busted into the Capitol. The criminals are the ones that did those things. Not him
about the police who let him
saying
go in?
he did use the word peacefully. 'Cause
Entrapment.
I'm no fan of I've known, and I'll tell you that story in a
did.
second.
He
But
did say that.
did
He
use
said
the word
peacefully.
peacefully. He did say that. All right, they want to ignore that, but it's the truth. I got to say that. But it was irresponsible. And in closing, I'll say this. I believe the presidency is a statesmanship position. I don't believe that you can be somebody that is as divisive and dismissive of concerns that don't favor you and be the commander-in-chief of this nation. I think that leads to a divide.
people really do want the president just to be Jesus Christ. And whoever they get in on their party, they consider that they are Jesus Christ. And if it's not your guy, well, then it's just not.
I think that's the kind of thing that could create
He's
civil
describing the
war
president
in
right
this
now,
nation.
though.
And that is my concern. To that you say what?
Well, a couple things. First, I'll say with respect to the January 6th charges, yes, he said peacefully, we'll go to the Capitol, we'll protest peacefully. And in every one of his statements, he's always saying we'll protest, but we protest peacefully and we follow the law. The other thing I will add about January 6th, because of my time on the Oversight Committee, is Donald Trump authorized 10,000 National Guard troops on January 4. So if he was trying to have violence at the Capitol, why would he authorize National Guard troops 2 days before to be at the Capitol? What a fact. And the only person who said no to the National Guard being at the Capitol was Nancy Pelosi, because Democrat. Nancy Pelosi, being Speaker of the House at the time, is in charge of Capitol security. I know they don't report on this stuff, but that's the stuff that came out in the Oversight Committee. The second thing I'll say, going on what happened in Georgia, I've listened to that phone call. Everybody's listened to that phone call with him and Raffensperger. He's allowed to say, man, hey, I'm just looking for these votes. That doesn't mean there's a criminal conspiracy. It just simply doesn't. Now to the documents, and this is the important one.
Okay.
With the document situation, every former president has taken classified information with them when they leave the White House. Every single one. The National Archives Act gives them the Presidential Records Act, excuse me, let me make sure I say it right, gives every president a 5-year period to negotiate back and forth with NARA. It's always been an administrative process. With respect to them being, the picture of them being in the bathroom, I've been to Mar-a-Lago 10 times now. You just can't walk through Mar-a-Lago willy-nilly because Secret Service protection is on the ground securing the president's personal quarters at Mar-a-Lago. So when they show these pictures, that's because the FBI took that picture and then leaked that picture to the press. It wasn't that somebody put it on their Instagram. That's the way they would want it to seem, but that's not actually the case. So the president, under the Presidential Records Act, not just him, but every president has the ability to go back and forth with the National Archives about what material is in a former president's possession, and they do that. I truly believe what happened here is that you had some bureaucrat at the National Archives was basically like, oh, I saw something, let's go in there and get it. They couldn't do it on their own. And so you had to have the White House counsel's office sign off on it because the president, Joe Biden, had to basically revoke Donald Trump's presidential privileges in order to send in the FBI.
Okay.
Wow.
This dude is smart as hell.
I like Byron.
I'm going to try to find you, Brian, and I'm going to try to get you on this channel.
Byron.
Byron. All right. Our minds went to the same thing instantly.
Sound like a siren.
I like Byron. No, I really enjoy listening to him speak.
He kept it 100.
He definitely speaks very well. He knows his stuff, man.
Yeah. He came with facts. He was laying it out there. It wasn't no emotion with his. He said, well, this and that happened, and this law and that law. Woo. We can't argue with that.
Hey, bro.
Can't argue with that.
Stephen A. scratched his face.
Hey, you know what would be a great video? I don't know. You can't.
Him versus
Stephen A.
I'd love to see him go talk to y'all favorite woman,
Joy Reid.
I would love that, actually.
They probably got that already.
I would love that, actually.
All right, well, that was interesting. That was good. It's good to see the Cartier family. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cartier. I could be completely wrong. But we're going to do a collection of these. So this is the next one. And
if you do not show up,
Stephen A. Smith endorses Donald Trump for president, which is fascinating. So let's see.
there will be an arrest, Mershon says. Donald Trump doesn't have a choice here.
It's more diminishing for the president to be seen in a courtroom than to be rallying outside one.
The candidate for president could be doing something else today besides dozing off in a courtroom.
The split screen will be Donald Trump in a courtroom, Joe Biden on a campaign trail. So I think that's a very important juxtaposition.
I think the impact of these trials is going to be the same impact from the indictment.
Could be doing something else today besides dozing off in a courtroom.
The split screen will be Donald Trump in a courtroom, Joe Biden on a campaign trail. So I think that's a very important juxtaposition.
I think the impact of these trials is going to be the same impact from the indictments. People are going to look at this They're going to say, why are the Democrats and Joe Biden and these crazy DAs wasting our time with these stupid trials? Why are the media networks fawning over this coverage left and right while the country is a mess, inflation is skyrocketed, and the world is on fire? Joe Biden is the one who is the master of disaster. Joe Biden is the one who has led America to its weakest point in more than 40 years. And for you guys to want to focus on Donald Trump as if he's the problem, that is ridiculous, because when he was president, America was significantly better off. It's going to backfire this November.
What would happen if they have a debate and they have a court case the same day and he don't show up and they just arrest him?
Well, then he'd be arrested during the rest of his campaign trail.
So wouldn't that be considered election interference?
Well, it's already strategic election interference, because they're trying to have Trump. They're trying to hinder his ability to campaign by having him in court on the days where he's supposed to campaign. He can't even go to his youngest son's high school graduation. He has to be in court.
I thought that they were going to push the trial back until after the election.
I thought so too. I thought I went to the Supreme Court.
They've been started this, y'all.
We've
been watching it.
Yeah, we've been watching it unfold in real time.
This might be a little extreme to say, but our brother Trump in jail as the president. It was going to be insane to have a president in jail.
Whoa.
In jail. It does sound insane.
I don't think he'll be in jail.
A president
But they said he
in jail.
could be in jail as president. Ain't no rules against that.
So you think
That's funny.
That's pretty far-fetched.
It is. Huh?
Imagine he had the ankle monitor on.
I think that'd be gangster.
That'd be gangster.
Cool with me, Broadway.
That's funny.
Cool with me.
As long as Joe Biden ain't
Yeah,
there.
that's what I said. Bro.
Joe gotta go.
With that.
Watching this from afar.
Vital. I'm pretty sure everybody.
A lot of people.
This shit is vital.
He got with a porn star and tried to hide it while he was campaigning for the highest office in the land. What? And that's y'all case?
And that's
It's much ado about nothing. To my liberal friends out there, all you're doing is showing that you're scared you can't beat them on the issues and the merits.
Facts.
That's why he keeps saying it's a political campaign against me. That's why he keeps saying they can't beat me at the election, at the polls.
They can't.
This is the only way they could do it.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
And if you don't put him in jail, and he still goes from being the presumptive GOP nominee to the official GOP nominee, and he goes to the polls, even though he was going to whine about winning and being rigged again, you have given more fodder to that argument, which means we'll never have peace in this country, because tens of millions of people see what extent the other side is willing to go through just to keep him out of office, because they can't beat him on their own merit.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
And they're going to say, hey, you trumped us up against him again. And we'll have no peace. When all you got to do is figure out a way to beat him.
But you can't.
By your policies.
On the issues. But you haven't been able to do it.
Good job, bro.
Hey, Stephen A's been on the run lately.
I was only joking when I said on First Take this morning I'm considering voting for a third party.
No, he wasn't.
Because that would throw away my vote.
It would. So vote Trump.
But I do mean it when I say this.
Don't say it.
If I did it, which I won't, but if I did it, you deserve it. You can't beat them. Everything you do shows me you can't beat them. It's a damn shame. It really, really is.
It's a reason
it's
for that.
embarrassing.
It's because ESPN is owned by Disney, and if you don't follow their narrative, which you're bought and paid to do, they'll fire you. There's not a single man on ESPN who I've ever in my life heard say anything good about Republicans. So this is the closest I've
Colin
ever seen.
Cowherd's not a Republican?
Is he? He doesn't really talk about politics.
He doesn't.
Cowherd, he probably is though.
I would assume he's a
But
Republican.
he doesn't talk about it. But you can always
Like
talk
if-
about. You can bash Trump on there, but you can't go pro Trump on ESPN.
Who is Cowherd?
He has a show.
yeah.
He's on Fox Sports. He's not on ESPN.
Yeah, he is on Fox Sports.
Is,
yeah.
is he?
I
I know
think
he has
so.
a show, The Herd.
FS1.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He's on
He's
Fox.
you seen his daughter? Anyways.
Boy.
Smoke, yeah. I've never seen anyone on ESPN. They always talk about how they hate Trump and this and that, how it's such a, but they never ever. You can't have the other side. Like, I feel like it's pretty clear to see. One side gets to talk, the other side doesn't get to talk.
It's pretty common sense here.
It's pretty blatant.
And it took only a little bit for Stephen A. It got to clicking for Stephen A. A lot of people, we got to be honest, I don't even think, well, okay, he probably was voting, but he probably was voting based off his race
feeling.
and stuff like that. This election, that's why it means so much, because it's like, hold on now. What Joe Biden doing? Like, people starting to notice this shit is actually insane.
Hold on. You gave them what?
What? Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They got to do what?
Well, they got illegal immigrants got credit cards. Now people are okay. Now, come on now.
You said how much? We ain't getting our tax returns.
It's so many things, bro.
Tyson got illegal immigrants working.
They got people screaming "Death to America."
It's getting crazy out here, guys. It's getting desperate, and we're seeing it in real time.
I commend you, Stephen A. Just go ahead, come on and just say it. Just endorse Trump now, brother.
I feel like
he just did.
I feel like for some time now. I feel like
did.
for some time now he's been hitting that which way he's leaning.
He can say it just make.
He's been hitting that which way he's leaning.
He
For
can't
some
vote for
time
Joe.
He gonna hit this. He gonna say it's gonna say Biden, Trump. He got
because he admitted they can't beat Trump off the policy. So that means he's telling them
They can't beat him straight up.
Exactly. So he's saying these policies are shit. That's basically what he's saying.
He's saying they're doing a
But I'm
lot
telling
of
you, he on
political.
ESPN, so he can't say what he really thinks.
They're trying to politically persecute Trump to beat him. They're doing everything they can to derail his campaign. They try to bankrupt him, so he would have to drop out from that. Failed. They try to destroy his character with all those indictments. Failed. They try to paint him as a racist and a white supremacist and say he hates democracy. Failing. It's all failing. Oh my God.
Because people are waking up, man.
Anyone with common sense can tell what we talking about.
Oh yeah, we always hear every day.
I just seen something crazy walk by.
I've never seen that before.
I'm so
Me and Ty
sorry.
see that shit every day.
To be honest with you, she walk here around like the same time.
Same time.
I'm so sorry.
Every day.
That just caught my eye.
I know that booty sweating nice.
What the fuck?
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I was trying to ignore it.
These guys got to be in college.
This nigga Brandon said, "Oh my God, I'm trying to ignore it."
I'm like, whoa.
This nigga gonna tap me.
I know you see that.
I knew before I even seen it. I knew what he was talking about.
I knew.
I was like, wow, what is that?
She do that on purpose.
Stephen A. endorses Donald Trump.
Nah, he didn't do that.
He did it, bro. He didn't say it. Okay.
If he did that, the next day he'll say
Endorsement said I'm
Stephen A.
voting
has
Trump.
been fired from ESPN.
But he pretty much did because he said,
Yeah.
"I was finna just throw away my vote, but."
He said, if I did, you would deserve
what
it.
y'all are doing
But he's
to
like,
Trump
they can't beat him.
Is insane.
I feel like
insane.
the biggest threat to Trump at this point is probably RFK, and I really don't think RFK is gonna win.
Bro, he don't got nobody. Only thing that got him is his system. The system.
RFK should have stayed on the Democrat side because he would be beating Joe Biden right now.
He should be.
He should have stayed.
Boy, if it was the RFK, if there was the only two options, come on now.
He should have stayed
But
over there.
the biggest threat to RFK is Joe Biden. So if Joe Biden the threat, you're
Yeah, but the problem is the Democratic Party they don't want him. They're brainwashed. They're brainwashed into thinking that Joe Biden is actually better for them. It is a strange thing to see, but yeah, let's go to another spot.
Life. I don't give a damn that I'm inundated with sports all day, every day. I'm a human being. I'm a black man. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. You don't see this shit happening? I'm supposed to just sit idly by and say nothing? The hell with me talking. Why ain't you talking?
Oh my God, Steve, that's how he coming out. Hey man,
He's hot.
hey, let's see
He's
what
hot.
the video's about.
Why is he so upset?
You know what he upset
Why is he
about.
so upset?
He about the immigrants, taxes, everything. It's just high. Gas, they trying to get rid of the gas. You didn't see his new bill of getting rid of the gas? Next year, they trying to get rid of all gas.
What
I
you
did
mean
not see
gas?
that, buddy. Where
Gas
you
in
see
what
that
way?
Gas.
Gas from the ground.
Yes.
All gas.
All gas.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
All.
I would bet my left nut that
Nigga,
don't
Joe
happen.
Biden want Wally World. All right, man.
Willy Wonka.
Say Willy Wonka. That's crazy.
Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability is where everything needs to begin in this world. It's something I say quite often. I certainly never hesitate to hold folks accountable when mistakes or mishaps occur. So I'm certainly not about to run from it myself. I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media as well, after comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week with the one and only Sean Hannity himself. And I'm fully aware of the outcry that has ensued because of it. A lot of folks in Black America seem pretty pissed at me right now. From friends and loved ones to colleagues, contemporaries, and dare I say, even the NAACP itself. Quite a few folks were put off, if not flat out offended, after my words were interpreted as associating support for Trump from the black community with all the legal issues he's facing. For that, I sincerely apologize. To be clear, my words were misconstrued. I'm stating right here for the record that my words were taken out of context, misrepresenting and depicting me in a way I found every bit as insulting and disrespectful as folks in Black America evidently felt about what they thought I said. But I'll own it anyway.
Can we see what he said?
Bro, he didn't say nothing bad. He was talking about the immigrants and stuff.
He didn't say anything crazy.
He probably said some regular shit to us.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't crazier than what he puts on his YouTube channel when we said did Stephen A, endorse Trump. He said something way more, they would be way more upset about what he said right there. I seen the Fox clip. Wasn't nothing crazy.
It wasn't bad. He
was just like pointing out some obvious, like how he always does, like, that's a little strange,
Why is this happening?
Yeah, he was.
This is this. Everything's high. Gas high.
That was one of those. No, that's the difference, though.
Spoke facts.
We're happy that Stephen A is coming out and supporting Trump,
speaking up
and speaking about the truth.
We happy for sure.
And black people are upset about it
because it's not what they want to hear.
Black people get mad when you don't have that groupthink mindset and you speak about things that's collectively agreed upon that it's the black thing to do. It's black thing to do to be a Democrat, Yeah. And if you speak out against that, then you not black.
Give me that black card.
It's a lot of things that things like that. It's all stupid. People should be allowed to think freely and have their own opinions without being ridiculed and their identity being called into question. And I think it's a problem that it's just some universal mindset that all black people have to do this and all black people have to do that. And if you don't do it, then you're not black. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Are we a monolith?
Bro, they treating us like they treat the niggas in the North in the slave times. Damn. We the nigga that's speaking foreign language. You nigga know how to read. We the nigga that know how to read. Now, Stephen A is one of the ones that made it out, and now they on his ass. Perfect.
I'm telling you, bro, it just...
You wasn't a slave.
If you think different, then therefore you must not be one of us.
I love how y'all pick apart me on Hannity. I was on Cuomo on News Nation an hour earlier. I ain't hear nothing about that. I was on MSNBC at least twice over the last month. I ain't hear nothing about that. I was on CNN. Abby Phillips, Laura Coates, several times. I ain't hear nothing about that. I've repeatedly said, I think Trump will cause civil war in this country. I can't vote for the brother. Y'all just going to ignore that. Why am I bringing all of this stuff up? Because the second black folks find somebody from our community that does...
Bless you.
Bless you, nigga.
Because the second black folks find somebody from our community... Why am I bringing all of this stuff up? Because the second repeatedly said, I think Trump will cause civil war in this country. I can't vote for the brother. The second black folks find somebody from our community that doesn't march 100% lockstep with one another, they a sellout. They this, they that. Shut the hell up.
Facts.
Shut the hell up.
Facts.
This is getting ridiculous. Okay? Trump is winning. Y'all just gonna stand still?
Let's go, baby.
I'm wrong. When I sit up there and I say, yo, Democrats, all you got is the soon-to-be 82-year-old incumbent? You didn't have anything in the bullpen? I'm wrong for bringing that up. I'm wrong for bringing up why the hell you had Gavin Newsom on Fox News looking like he's running for president? When y'all gonna wake up? I'm wrong when I'm pointing out how black folks for the first time are talking about the borders being flooded, how illegal immigration ultimately negatively affects us. I'm wrong?
We said all this shit. We said all this shit. Real talk. We geniuses. Real talk.
He genuinely messed up on this stuff.
Stephen A. Smith, let's do business.
I'm telling you. He messed up for real.
Now they gonna treat you like the house, nigga, Stephen A.
Welcome to the party.
How black folks for the first time are talking about the borders being flooded, how illegal immigration ultimately negatively affects us. I'm wrong?
No,
I'm wrong in pointing out how xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia has all of a sudden become bigger issues than racism in this country. I mean, damn. How much proof do you need? When I brought up the economy, they say the economy is good. They say the economy is flourishing. You trying to tell me you black and you disagree with me when I say to us, we don't want to hear about the numbers. Oh, the labor participation rate is good. Oh, unemployment is good. Oh, the economy is okay. If gas prices are damn near double what it used to be, if the price of bread, milk, cheese, and everything is double what it used to be, but we ain't getting raises at work. You trying to tell me I was wrong for bringing that up? You trying to tell me I'm wrong when you sitting up there and you talking about and subjects?
I'm sorry, bro. This got me one shit of tears, bro.
This speaking real talk. Because we come on this channel every day and record a video speaking about these same talkers, and they tell us we ain't black. They tell us we sell out. They tell us we cool. We
Who paid you niggas?
Hey,
you grifters. You pawns for the Republican Party. We really feel this shit now, man.
This shit is real talk.
We gon'
This shit is real talk.
But Salo said he's not voting. Damn. I mean, God. He said he's not voting, y'all. He ain't even got an ID. This nigga don't have an ID. He been using my old ID for months.
He said this nigga
it's
don't
right
got
here
an
in this
ID.
wallet too, man. I'm gonna get one, man. It's just,
Yo, black ass Kenny. I gotta go get a text ID. You come with me.
I'm a lazy nigga sometimes. I need to go register too.
You come with me.
So we need to start getting on that. Ty's registered, y'all. He the only real patriot here.
I've actually been registered to vote since 2017.
I was just kidding, guys.
Wait, no, 2016.
I want to save America. All right, come on.
I'm a true American.
I've actually been registered to vote since 2016. Let the record show. I voted twice.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Gary Johnson the first time, and I won't say it the second time. Y'all are gonna be mad at me.
I know who you voted
y'all.
for.
We used to have a bill. We used to have a bill.
He voted for Kanye.
He
voted for Kanye.
I love this, Stephen.
I did.
Cheese and eggs and everything in between is double what it used to be, but we ain't getting raises at work. You trying to tell me I was wrong for bringing that up? You trying to tell me I'm wrong when you sitting up there and you talking about and subjects like immigrants in New York City getting $53 million prepaid credit card to subsidize their existence in this country. And I'm pointing out how that was never done for black people. I'm wrong?
Never, ever. They got reparations. We don't.
That's where we really want to go? That's what game we playing? I ain't talking politics. I'm talking life. I don't give a damn that I'm inundated with sports all day, every day. I'm a human being. I'm a black man. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. Hey, you don't see this happening? I'm supposed to just sit idly by and say nothing? The hell with me talking. Why ain't you talking? Why ain't you screaming to the high heavens? Why ain't you telling liberals on the left, yo, you need to stop with the extreme leftist stuff on the fringes with all of that woke stuff? What sex you are, whether you a male or a female, whether you can be a male, but call yourself a female and get to compete against women or girls in various sports. You want those issues to be more prevalent than the stuff going on in our community that directly affects our lives as opposed to less than 1% of the damn population? What you doing? How come you ain't doing it? How come you ain't raising holy hell? How come you not speaking up?
He sounds just like us. Everything he just brought up. We done touched on all that. We done touched on all that. We done touched on all those topics.
He just cooked. That's the most real clip he ever said.
I know what he finna do.
He said he was coming along.
He said
he did it. We did. We saw it happen in front of our eyes, y'all.
He just peeled the lid back.
It happened for us
slowly
too. Literally a couple months ago, he was saying how it's racist
for them to stop illegal Mexicans and stuff. I said, "Hey, you tripping, bro?"
Yeah, I remember that. I need to get the blood right.
I remember he said that. I was actually pissed off.
This shit makes sense.
That's funny. I mean, it's very interesting to see these guys following the was it 3 videos we watched of them reacting to Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. I like those guys a lot. They're open-minded dudes. I feel like that would have been me and my buddies in college if podcasting was a thing. And like the software and the equipment was cheap and able to be bought when I was in college. I would definitely have been doing that with my boys. That's cool to see. All right, I love the Cartier family.